Well, well, well. Siren's always first. Good evening, Siren. I'm going to set this thing on silent and off to the side. As if that's going to help. And, Siren, just so that you know, I still have your nickels. I haven't mailed them. They're still sitting here. I'm going to get them out this week, though. I've been lazy. And I know we said we'd wait, and then I hadn't really been doing a lot of live streams. But I will get them out. And I'll probably throw a little something extra in there for your patience. Kendall as well. Kendall's got another nickel set. And what is this? Ooh, a 40% bicentennial quarter. Super fun. Anyhow, we're going to get into this as quick as we can. We have a whole box to go through. I had to fight my bank to get these. Not happy about that aspect of it. But we shall see how it turns out. I'm going to go quick. I'm sure some people will fall in here a little bit as time goes. I'm not going to show it to you because of all the detraction from the current goal. But the last 2 times I got quarters from the till at my bank, I got collection dumps of state quarters. A lot of them. I think I have like $300 in solid rolls of all Minnesota, all Virginia, all South Carolina, and a couple of them, only a handful, but a couple of them are still bank wrapped. I have a bank wrapped roll of South Carolina. Don't quote me. I think that one's like 2003. I have an Alaska that's still bank wrapped. So those should be pretty good. But I couldn't bear to take those back. I didn't really know what to do with them, but I kept them. It's kind of hard to keep that many hundreds of dollars in clad coinage, but someday I'll go through them and decide if I really want to keep them. Because a lot of the customer wrapped rolls, they're early, but they're not. None of them are like perfect. I'm sure I have some very good ones in there, but with them being just clad state quarters, probably not the best thing in the world. Good evening, Ruler. Thank you for coming in. Much appreciated. See you guys come in here quick. I appreciate that because I haven't really been live streaming as of late. I did some coin roll hunts. I had 2 boxes of $50 somewhere in there. I did those on my own one night, I think, while I was watching Big Flip. Nothing. 2 skunk boxes. Very upsetting on that. Roadhog will be around, I'm sure. There's a really nice 2016 Salt River, but it's a P. Nothing special in roll number 1. We'll get there. I don't know. I have weird feelings about this box. It looks like it's mixed up pretty well. Fingers crossed, I guess, but I'm not expecting miracles, but it'd be nice to find some actual silver. I haven't found any silver quarters in a while. Frostbite! I am tired. Very tired. Work's been trying to kill me. I've been trying to take my time away from work very seriously. I had the kids this weekend, which always makes for a crazy time. See, here's a really nice Alaska. front's got some marks on it, but we're going to pass on it. Or no, not Alaska, Washington. What am I saying? We're just going to go through this box as quick as we can, because I actually want to get to bed at a reasonable hour. I know, right? I did do something, though. I rearranged my room. This doesn't sound like much, but since moving into this house, I just kind of threw stuff in there in the best way I thought possible. And so now I feel, hopefully, like I kind of optimized it. Plus, I had this problem. I had my alarm, which is, of course, my phone, right next to me on a nightstand. And so I was always constantly snoozing that thing. And so I've now moved it to where when I plug up my phone, aka my alarm, it will be, I'll have to get up to turn it off. And so I think that'll help me actually get up a little more. Not that I've been getting up late, but just get up the first time the alarm goes off. We will see how that turns out for me. But yeah, trying to be more productive. I have some video ideas I got to put out. This week's going to be interesting. I might travel. I'm not 100% sure yet. Still doing the final checks, but I may have to travel. So that always makes it fun. And that last video that I shot, I must have already put something in here. Last video I shot wasn't bad, but it was in a hotel room, and it was like I was in the dining room area of the hotel room, and of course I'm on the road, so I don't have any editing software or anything. It's just shoot and upload, which was fine. But man, the echo on that video was really bad. I didn't realize how bad it was until I watched the video after I uploaded it. It was really bad. So I apologize for that. Sometimes when you're on the road, you get what you get, and that's what I got. Next time I'll try to do what I can to help that. But I didn't even think of how bad it was going to be when I just fired up the camera and shot that video. Double check, Salt River Bay. We got Ruler, we got Siren, we got Frostbite. I appreciate you all, and a couple others lurking. No problems. No problems at all. Ooh, there's an old beat up 81. That's weird though, because only the front's beat up on it. Let's move up. So it looks like this thing sat face down in somebody's car or something, because the back looks relatively fine, considering. Kind of funny when that happens. Salt River, but it's a P. Bicentennial. We'll set that aside. Ooh. Bessie Coleman. Okay, so what am I looking for here? Not Roadhog. Why did I say that? Frostbite. I'm checking that FC, right? I know the ones you were saying weren't doubled, but it's the Incuse, right? So I'll look at it. It's dirty. Okay, so I don't see anything on that. Oh, Welchco. Hey, I owe you, well, not an apology, but I did some research and have been monitoring the situation that you were talking about on the Deutsche Bank, and you might be right. And honestly, they're larger than Blackstone. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't. I knew that. I didn't think they were in as much trouble as it seems like they probably are. But I will say, the larger you are, theoretically, the more you're supposed to be able to cope with some instability, right? Sorry about that. She has a little light up starry bottle thing. You saw it there. And she was replacing batteries and it wouldn't work. It had a bad connection between one of the cells and the plates for the electrical connection, so I had to do some adjustment. Every time. Lights in a bottle, yeah. It's her reading light that she likes to turn on when she's reading in bed. Every time I find a really nice 2019 or 2020, it's never a W. But when I find a W, it's almost always like some form of beat up. I just cannot win with the W's at all. 65. There's a really weird looking 90. This has a tiny die chip on the nose. Tiny, tiny, tiny die chip. I'm not going to keep it. Leave that for another collector. And it's got some scars on the face. Little something there starting by the mouth, but just very tiny. This one kind of looks like, what is that on the back? Okay, so first off, it just looks a little like weathered or worn, but in very odd kind of uniform ways. And then on the back, what's going on with the leg of the eagle? I think it's just dirt. Okay. Oh, Coin Junkie's here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Coin Junkie's here. Everybody on their best behavior. How you doing, Junkie? Good to see you. I hope your weekend has been well. I've tried to use mine to the best of my ability. Kids. Kids are fun. One wants to play one game, the other wants to play another. Disagreement ensues. Always fun. Always fun. When they get older, they'll realize how much they like each other, and they do get along pretty well most of the time. It's just always the little stuff like that. They disagree on what they want to do together. We already stopped the profanity towards him. Oh, I did. I'm kind of happy, though. The rearranging, I think, is going to help, at least in there. And some of my collection got rearranged a little bit with it. I was talking to Constitutional the other day, brief conversation. We were talking about that, like the collection. And I said, I don't realize how much I have until I start going through it. Like, I always feel like, man, I barely have anything. And then I start looking at physically what all I have, and I'm like, okay, I got a lot. This is a lot. So it's a very weird thing. Probably because you don't like play with it every day, or at least not all of it. So you kind of that's probably one of the reasons why people do like full stack videos, is because they want to pull it all out and look, because it's hard to keep track. I had a spreadsheet for the longest time, and then through selling some stuff, as you guys have seen me do, the eBay thing, which I have to keep all that stuff separate, and just some of the other stuff, and quick acquisitions and things, it got to be too much to try to keep up with. But there for a while, it was looking good, but I don't have the time to put into the sheet to keep the Excel document up to date with everything. That, and it gets a little weird trying to sort everything. You got coins, you got bullion, you got slabbed coins, like clad, silver, like how many ways do you break down what you're looking at? It can be, this one maybe. And it's because number one, I got a better lens, and number two, in addition to my desk light, I now have a fill light over here. You see me moving it here, so I could bring it closer and I can intensify it and all of that. It's just to kind of help light everything a little more evenly while I'm on here to make me look good. But yeah, no, this and this autofocuses. So, for instance, let's just say I didn't have the coin cam and I wanted to try to show you this quarter. It'll autofocus in on that quarter, mildly well. There's not a lot of light this close to the camera, but then as soon as I take it off, it readjusts and focuses back on me. And also, it looks as if I'm a little tilted or something right now. I'm not going to mess with that. But yeah, I bought a new lens so that when I film on this camera, it is a little sharper, because the other one I have is actually a telephoto lens. It's weird. The aperture and everything are the same up to a certain point, but this one's going to do a better job in the mid-range than this one will. This one's made for distance shots. So even though they both go down to 18, this one's going to do a lot better. I've been using a Sharpie. Oh, on my mustache? Yeah. Trying to fill it in, giving it the old Bud Bundy. Where's my Sharpie? Cover up the gray? Ooh, that's a good idea. Thanks, Siren. I appreciate that. There's a really nice, well, we'll call it decently nice, 2018 Pictured Rocks. 2022. No dye chips or anything. Where are you? 72. So yeah, it's been fun, but I will say, as I ignore the chat, periodically, of course, there's been a lot of channels. I'm not even going to be able to name them all. Of course, Constitutional, past 1,000. Scully just passed 1,000. I think Silver and Cigars. I don't have it pulled up. Let me pull this up over here on the other screen. Silver and Cigars is really close. He had a breakout video that got a lot of attention. Okay, so he is at 932 subscribers. Silver and Cigars. I will put his link in the chat. Oh, I'm not in the chat. Hold on. Mira, go play with your toy somewhere else. Yeah. Go do it. Come on. My computer's not been acting the best lately. Can I help you? I'm not doing sign language. What do you need?
Can I draw on your phone?
My phone's almost dead?
I can charge it too.
Okay, charge it. It's on silent.
Okay.
She wants to draw on my phone. It has like a pen. Here, I'll put this in here. That's Silver and Cigars links, if you're not already. But yeah, he'll be at 1,000 in no time. But he's sitting at 932. So there's been a lot of good channels getting some growth. And partly that seems to be for the algorithm just kind of throwing people out there, having, I don't know, good video topics, whatever it might be, and getting kind of tossed out. Constitutional had one that was at like 26,000 views last time I checked on it. Silver and Cigars has one. I think it was, hold on, it's like 40,000, something like that. Yeah, it's at 40K. It's showing me 40K. It's a story about what happened to him at the bank, which is ironic, and I commented on that video because it's almost exactly the same thing that happened to me back in the summer. Was one of my first couple videos over here on this channel, was about having trouble getting money from the bank in large but, low amounts, like a couple $1,000, $5,000, $6,000. And so it's a very similar video. But his did really well. Got pushed out. A lot of people watched it. And I'm assuming, last I checked on him, he was at like 500 or 600 subscribers. So he jumped up really quick. Gray-headed men and their hair follicles grab onto the gray matter of the brain. Gray matter of the brain and hair turns gray. If there is no brain matter, your hair falls out. Thanks, Frostbite. I appreciate that, I think. Sometimes I want to turn my brain off. What do I do with that? Aha. Sometimes I do. Because it's annoying. My brain's like, I'm one of those always on people. If I was smarter, I think I'd be in like the Elon Musk kind of category where it's like his brain's just always working. I'm probably like that. I just don't ever really follow through on a lot of it. It's probably some higher functioning form of like ADD, I'm guessing. But brain's always working. Okay, we have a really nice Helen Keller at the bottom of this. I don't know. It looks like it's got some chatter. But that'll be the first quarter that we look at. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the front's decent. The back's got some chatter, though. But for a 2003, not bad. 67, looking pretty decent. What's going on in the chat? Show Me Stacker, hello, welcome in. Delaware, no die chip. Marsh Billings, but it's a P. Rushmore, no die chip. No die chip. San Antonio, but it's a P. One of these days. What am I missing? I think I need a Marsh Billings W. I don't think I have one of those yet. It has eluded me, but that's one of the ones that seems to be a little more difficult to find. I got the River. Oh, and the, what is that one? War in the Pacific? I don't have that one either. Ooh, you're shiny. What are you? Oh, it's a really nice Wisconsin. I mean, no leaf. Okay, no leaf. But considering its age, it's not hateful. If I didn't have a whole roll of these, I would keep it, but I don't need it. Yeah, those rolls, I don't know what happened there. Somebody came and turned them into the bank, and then I came back in like a week later and asked for more coins from the till because they're limiting me. And I got a whole bunch more customer wrapped rolls, and I didn't really think anything of it because what are the odds? And I got more the second time than I did the first time, so now I have a box just full of state quarters that are arguably uncirculated or AU at least. So Bicentennial, we'll set that to the side. What's going on in the chat? Yes, all subject to change in a day. Yeah, I'm in Ohio, I feel you. So it was nice. There were a bunch of people out on bikes. I got the kids out a little bit. a little bit. Did some stuff outside. Not much, but a little bit. And so that's all well and good, but man, not fun. When you think that it's probably going to drop back down again at least once or twice on us. But I am getting ready to pack up the winter coats and put all that stuff in storage for the year. So I'm ready for it to be over. And it's going to be a whirlwind because I have a lot to do with this house. Painting and other fixes. It's going to be a rough couple of months. We'll see what all I get done, but I'm not looking forward to it because it's so small and I have to live in it as I'm doing this stuff. So it's not like I can empty out a room, do that room, and kind of like rearrange and shift. There's not much room to shift. So it's going to be a good renovation. The flooring will probably be the worst part. I'm going to save that for the summer. After the rainy season, hopefully in the summer, take a couple of days, move everything outside, out back, and then do the floor real quick and move everything back in. That's the plan. Standard winter in MO. I have family in advance / independence. Jersey, Alabama, Delaware, Maya Angelou. Dun, 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 dun. It's been a good little while. If you guys have noticed, which some of you have, maybe, I'm trying to do less shorts. I want to focus and bring more people over on my main content before I really start going back to posting shorts. I posted one Friday. I picked up a 10-ounce bar. But other than that, I'm trying to post less on the shorts. Because although they are great, those viewers just do not translate always into people that watch my videos, which is fine later when it doesn't matter as much, but right now I gotta get that watch time. National Park or Weir Farm, but it's not a W. Arizona, what's that cactus look like? Nothing. Okay. Salt River, but it's Philly. Alright. So I did fill the National Park book. And now I had said maybe I was going to start filling a state parks book. Or not state parks, just states. And now I started getting all them rolls, which mildly complicates things because a lot of them in there are nice. And some of them, as I said, are unopened. So not exactly the thing I want to start busting open to try to fill books, because I just don't think that even good condition state border books would do very well. I mean, you're not going to get much of any premium or anything off of them, because they're kind of a dime a dozen. Everybody was collecting the books, and a lot of people started early on. So I don't feel like they're super rare. Now, a whole roll of states, I'll keep that, because obviously that's a little on the odd side. There's a really nice bicentennial. Wow. That's actually in pretty darn good condition. Set that in the bicentennial pile. I haven't seen Henry in a while. Daryl, hello, welcome in. I haven't seen Henry in a while. Has anyone seen Henry? Siren, you get around. You seen Henry around? I'm in contact with him, but I haven't talked to him. I just haven't seen him a lot in any of the streams. Now that I think about it. Meth is everywhere. Utah is home to the three MS Mormon, 3 M's. Mormons, meth labs, and minifans. What? I mean, you're probably not wrong, but yes, Siren. Henry Von Muege. I just haven't seen him in a little while. But then again, like I said, I've not been live streaming. And I know I've been over at Flips a bunch, but I haven't been getting around to all of the auctions like I have been. Time constraints. Crossing the Delaware. How do you look funny? Some of these clad, the way that they kind of like frost over like that, I know they're not silver, and the camera's not going to show it the way that it really looks on the quarter, but they kind of frost over, tarnish in a certain way that almost makes you think, just because you've seen clad after clad, that maybe it's something different. I don't get my hopes up, but I always approach them with caution. You got something from him? Yeah, a week ago it should be wrapped. Okay, good. I just, like I said, I hadn't run into him in a little bit. It happens. Life gets in the way. Especially like the work travel. Oh. When I travel, I usually work at least a 10-hour day, if not more. So it can make it difficult to get anything else done. I try to throw on YouTube when I have time. But I found that if I'm trying to work, it's not that I'm easily distracted. I just focus. Like, I have to focus on what I'm doing. As you guys kind of see here, I'm going through the coins. Barely get over to the chat. I mean, we know that's normal. But, like, I can multitask, but my level of attention while I'm doing so is not limited, but I'm not doing them truly, like, simultaneously. I'm, like, doing a little bit on one, then I shift back and kind of back and forth it. I'm not ever really doing two things at once. So I can't throw YouTube on like while I'm working. I would love to. Number one, it would ruin my recommendations because all kinds of stuff would be playing and I wouldn't be focused to stop it, to correct it from showing me whatever. But I can't listen to it. When I'm doing something, I'm zoned out, and I wouldn't even be paying attention, which would not be good for me either. So, I mean, I do throw things up to get people watch time from time to time. What are you? Huh. It's a 93. Oh, the front's got some chatter on the cheek. Okay, so it's got some chatter on the front, but what caught me was the back is just gorgeous. A little bit of wear on the breast feathers, maybe. But other than that, the back is just pristine. Oh, there's a little nick right above the R. Just caught my eye. Had to make sure before I toss it back. It's a really nice Louisiana. What are you? Salt River, but it's a P. Uh-oh. I multitask amazingly well as long as I can do one thing, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I don't know. I can multitask if it's like a phone call and an action, maybe a bit, but like two actions. Sometimes I work when I'm in meetings, like I'll be doing something on a spreadsheet or some other kind of task, sending emails, things like that, but I'm not really paying attention to the meeting at that point very much, am I? It's a fight. Found a couple bicentennials so far. I don't know why I chose to wear the gloves this time. I guess I'm trying to get used to them. And the last couple times I wore them, but I wasn't streaming. So it didn't seem to be as bad. But now with typing and doing other stuff, it's starting to affect my dexterity. P. I don't look at everyone back and forth. Like, I know people that coin roll hunt that literally stare at every coin under a microscope as they go. And that's all well and good for them, but I ain't got that kind of time. I look for the major stuff, for some of the minor stuff, and then I move on. I pass it back. Somebody else wants to pour through it with some scrutiny, so be it. 2019, but it's a Philly. 2020, but it's a Philly. 2020, Philly. 2020, Philly. Come on. There's lots of them in here, and that's encouraging. 74D. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Mark Thomas, welcome in. If you've been here, I'm sorry. But it looks like you just got here. Came in jumping on the chat words that I still have set to tick for the command because I don't do anything when I'm not on here with you guys. No, actually, I would have changed it, and I meant to. But when I got on, I don't know if it's because it's been a while since I fired everything up, but I had problems with some of the cameras. And so I had to, like, basically reset 2 out of 3 of the cameras, get everything working. And so that was a little tough to get working. But, you know, we haven't done. Dun, 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 dun. Is it going to bring it up over here? Of course it is. Sometimes things work. Oh, what is this? Why is it asking me to... Hold on. Hey, is the bot... The bot's not even on. I don't know. Hold on. 2 seconds. Now I realize that the bot's not on. Log in with Streamlabs. A user with this email doesn't exist. Okay. Trying to figure out. Is this right? Give me a second. I think this is right. And this might be why it's yelling at me in my name. Yeah. Okay. Bot. Wait, the game's working, right? Is the game working? Is there a bot in here? Let me look. Is the game working? Nobody told me? You owe me 10,000 silver dust. I do, apparently. The bot wasn't even, like, it logged me out, I guess, because I hadn't been on in so long. Now see if... Hold on. Now see if the bot's actually on. Because it looks like it should be. It sort of works, yes. That's weird. That it works without the bot. But I guess that kind of makes sense. Somewhat. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that the whole thing... It's been too long, apparently. They forgot I existed. I had to log back into everything. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's still on. Is it working? CloudBot's on. Commands. Huh. I've been here for 3 hours. What the... I don't know. Well, hello, Roadhog. We are now running into... I'll turn it off and turn it back on and see if that does anything. I already have it as a mod on the channel. I don't know what the heck. Interesting. Or maybe it's... Well, no. I should be able to set it up after I've started. See, now I'm getting distracted. Let's try this. Now it's acting like it's working. Okay. What are we giving away? What's in the bin? What's in the bin? I got a 1914 Barber dime. That's what I got. That's what we're doing. See if it works. Okay, I'm starting to see names pop in. Ruler, Siren, Roadhog. We're getting there. There we go. At least that part works. I don't know about the rest of it. We're Farm, but it's a P. Ada Mae Wong's. Three minutes. Well, 2 minutes now and counting. Ada Mae Wong. Alright, I will have to take an intermission in a second. But see, look, putting me out there, putting out my government name like that. Stop it, kill it, kill it, kill it! I can't see, it's behind the camera now. Kill it. Remove. Can't let everyone know my name. It's not like I put my face out here or anything. Jeez. Oh, yeah, I knew. I knew Constitutional. He texted me and told me I was muted. I was yelling at the kid because it's bedtime for little ones. I was fighting with her the other day about sleep. And I said, what you don't understand is it's all downhill from here. Like, you are getting more sleep now than you will ever probably get in your life. You need to get it what you can and not worry about it later because you're, growing kid. You need your sleep. Like, I think about it. I go to sleep after you, and I get up before you every single day. Do the math. Like, you really need to enjoy it. Okay, I think we're done. I got distracted by it putting my name out there. Okay. Man, Kendall, welcome in. I didn't see you in the chat, but we will do it. Roadhog. That's cool. So you got a nice little piece of history. 1914. I am not prepared for this. I don't have my post-it notes or anything. What's that? It ain't gonna fit in there. I got bags. I got a bag. Throw it in here. Congratulations, Roadhog. Couldn't go to a more fitting person. And that's easy. Easy peasy to send Roadhog something. So, been sending him stuff since day one. I got it down to a science. All right. So that goes in the shipment. And as I was telling Siren earlier, all of this stuff will be going out this week. Because I was holding Kendall's and Siren's stuff because they're larger, and then I wasn't streaming as much. So that kind of caused a problem where I was like, oh, we'll hold it to add to it because I'm sure you'll win more. And then I haven't been streaming as much. Thus, now I'm dropping rolls. Thus causing the problem. They've been sitting here for like 5 weeks or something ridiculous. So for that, I apologize. And I'm sure I'll throw something extra in there. I did get some really cool stuff from Flip this week. Well, yeah, barbers are hard to come by. And that one is actually I'm not going to pull it back out. It's actually in decent shape considering it's a 1914. So it's not even coal variety. So it's actually in pretty good shape. Definitely above like an AG. But on Flips, what was it, Friday night? I got some really cool, I don't even know what to call them. I guess they're rounds, but they're made special by a guy. And David Carlisle, I want to say. I might be wrong. But anyway, he makes some really intricate stuff. And he makes a lot of it looks like. And Flip had a bunch of them. And I picked up some of them. I didn't buy them all. I bought a couple. Gave one away on stream. And then let everybody kind of buy some. And then there were still some more left. So then I bought the rest of them. And they're 28 grams or something. They're not a full ounce or anything. But they look gorgeous. They have ships on them. My unfortunate infatuation with ships is starting to gain in popularity, which is bad for me. We can end this. What is that? It's interesting. It assigns the prize now. That's weird. I haven't seen that. I gotta complete there. Jeez. My camera's right here and the screen's there. It's in the way. But yeah, so I got those coming. So let's see. I bought 7. Gave one away, so I have 6 coming. And then I think I'm going to send a couple more out to some friends. But I'll have a few of them. I might even list 1 or 2 of them on eBay. See if anybody's interested in them. But they look really cool. So I'm excited to get those added. And they're... I think the one that I got, the antique finish, according to his website, I think it says he's minted like 12,000. If I'm reading it right, which I may not be. but they're still super cool. Children. Oh, it's never going to be over. It's a lifetime of repeating yourself. Oh, I can't wait. I hope it'll get better as time goes, but it probably won't. Maybe a little less frequent. There's some decent looking state quarters in these rows. What's going on in the chat? Is the silver... Yeah, is the bot actually... It seems like it's working. I did the giveaway. That all went well. It act like... Yeah, it says Roadhog is one. So all that part's working. Is none of the other stuff working? Where's the commands? Email... These are some of the ones that Ruler helped me with. I don't see the loyalty. I see everybody's points here. Or dust, whatever you would call it. Why do I not see variables default? Giveaway, quote, media share, loyalty. Yeah, it's silver dust. It's not... Yeah, it is. Exclamation silver dust. Should display. Oh, yeah, there we go. Ruler's got it. Have a good night, Frostbite. Thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. We'll start to figure this thing out. It's been a few weeks. So, I'm rusty, you're rusty, the bot's rusty. Philly, of course. Philly. Some nice looking quarters in here. Farm, but it's a Philly. Alright. Making some progress. We're on the second row of the box, so we're getting there. Speed rolling. Constitutional has 30,000. I really need to start up some merch. And then make it to where you can exchange silver dust for merch. I wouldn't do branded merch. It'd have to be... I would do like clever coin and stacking related stuff. Rather than like... Nobody wants a Just Stack It shirt. Might as well just say like, hey, come rob me. But you know, coin or something related. It's a weird looking 78. Wish it was silver. Alright. I gonna have to take another intermission here in a second. I think we got a cactus. Yeah, a little bit. Not much, though. Just barely on the J. You see that? It's not much. I'm going to throw it back. I got stacks of those things. I did sell some on eBay a while back. I sold them for next to nothing. It's kind of upsetting, but it's okay. I mean, you know, I was willing to do it just to kind of offload some of the ones I had. But there were some ones in there that should have been worth a couple of bucks on their own, at minimum, that probably went for like 75 cents. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. I guess when really all I have in it is 25 cents. I can't complain too much. And I might throw another one of those together and put it up for auction on eBay. But I will say, I moved through a whole bunch of junk silver. I put some up, like 7 rolls of dimes. And all of that disappeared real quick. Like, I didn't make a whole lot on it, but I made some. And that was fine, but then I didn't have anything to follow it up with. I got a guy who can help you find things. But the problem is, as you can imagine, with anyone with deals, more often than not, he's out. So you got to kind of like stop in and pray that he has something, and it's not close to me. So I stop in there. Sometimes I call when I'm in the neighborhood, like that area. Just call ahead, see if he even has anything, if it's worth stopping by. And so far, it hasn't been since. But, you know, demand's up right now, so that kind of complicates things. But my goal is to get some more stuff up on the eBay, kind of reinvigorate some of the sales there, because I was doing really well for a while, and then I've had a couple of coins on there that just have not sold, and I have them up for arguably less than what I paid for them, and they just haven't sold. I don't know why. It happens, I guess, but I know, who was it? I think it was somebody. Darn it. Taylor, maybe? I think Taylor said he was interested in the Italian coin, but that was about it. I haven't heard anything from him about it. It's okay. Still sitting there. I feel like dropping them would be the bad move, because through all the price increases and all the action that's gone on, I haven't changed any of the prices on the coins, so theoretically there's even more room now than there was. I have to go deal with the child, so I'm gonna finish this roll right here, then go put her to bed. Ooh, 2020, what are you? P? Of course it's a P. Always P's. Alright, I'll be right back. Haha, I'm back. I put the smallest one to bed. Philip, Nathan, good to see you. Alright, next roll. So far, the only thing I think we've saved are bicentennials. I haven't seen. Well, there was a couple small die chips that I let them go. The Arizona, and we had a Washington with a wart on his nose, real small one. So not the most exciting rolls I've ever seen. Double check, Philly. Oh, there's a really nice bicentennial. Ooh, look at that machine doubling. Is that what I'm seeing there? Why does Frostbite gotta leave when I need questions answered? That, I don't know. That might actually be doubled. Where's Coin Junkie? He's in here. Junkie, what say you? That looks weird. Oh, Keys Raid. Oh, man. I was streaming at the right time. I didn't even realize she was still on. That's my bad for being busy on a Sunday. But thank you, Miss Silver Keys. I appreciate that. More than you know. What is going on with this? Is it a Denver? No. That's weird. That completely looks doubled. To some degree. I don't see anything in the trust. Maybe on the U? A little bit. The light's kind of playing with it. In God, we... That looks doubled. That's the light. Hold on, let me turn the light down. That's up. See, you can kind of see it on the D. Where the D looks elongated at the top. And the O a little bit. What's going on with that? Anybody know? Did they have a doubled bicentennial? I just thought it looked nice. I wasn't even looking for the doubling. Let's take a look at the back. Ooh, the light is just not being nice with this one. Turn the light down. Oh, that, and I need to approach it from an angle more. There we go. That's a little better. I'm not seeing anything else. That's weird. Huh. I see it on the 7s. The 6... and that 6 a little bit. But I don't know. It would be on the Liberty IB. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything really on the IB. Turn the light down a bit. Yeah, no. Okay, cool. We'll just set it aside with all the other bicentennials and move on. Thank you, Ray, for setting me straight. Thank you, Miss Silver Keys. I appreciate it. Trying to get back into my streaming. I had to fight my bank for this quarter box, and I had to promise to return it, which is usually against, our rules. But they just seem to be so low that they said they need it back. And they said when I bring this one back, they might, maybe, be able to give me another. But I have to bring this one back as full as possible. Almost in its entirety, which I don't plan on keeping a lot. Unless I find a lot, which I haven't been. So, yeah, they're getting real weird at this particular bank. My other bank seems to be okay. I haven't had any issues with them. But this bank does not want coinage going out the door right now for some reason. And if it does, they want it back. So I don't know what that's about. But at first, a couple of weeks ago, there's a really nice river. But it's a P. They told me I couldn't get boxes at all. And then I went in, there was no line. I had a little more time to talk to the vault rep. And we kind of went back and forth on it. I was like, none? Like, none? Like, I can't get any? And she's like, well, no, well, yeah, we can't. They pay a fee for the armored car service thing. So, the delivery. So, when we get these boxes for free, I don't know what they're paying per box, but they're paying a little something to get them brought in. So, that's why I feel like a lot of banks are apprehensive to the coin roll hunters, because it actually does, in some small way, cost them time and money to deal with this. So I got to get this one done and back to the bank by tomorrow, so I can see if I can get another box. Not too happy. I was going to do it Saturday, but I got caught up and busy, so I got to it today. You know, we do what we can. I missed all of trade day today. But when I have the kids, it can be hard. Plus, like, I was telling people early on, I was doing some rearranging of the house. That took a lot of effort, because part of my collection was in that rearrangement. And, you know, when you start pulling stuff out, you have to look at it. So that takes extra time. Saw things I forgot I had, which is kind of nice. I can only imagine the people that have been collecting for years, like, have some random bar or coin in their collection that they just have no idea that they even have. It's a nice bicentennial. But it happened to me, as a matter of fact, I bought a couple of things now, more than once, because I saw them. I was like, oh, I don't have that, I'll pick it up. And then I realized I did. It just happens. Or, you know, the far case is you just want more than one. But I didn't realize I had multiples of some of the things until I really got in and started pulling things out. It sucks. You can always offload it. Pammy Jones, welcome in. I don't know if I had seen you earlier. Josh is here. Oh, Josh is here. The party started. Good to see you, sir. Hope all is well down in the land of the extreme south. Double check. It's been like 2-3 months since I found silver in quarters. I just don't get lucky up here like that. There's a lot of coin interest, and I think silver hunting, because even at my bank, they've started to have other people ask for boxes. That might be another reason why they're a little more weary of me taking boxes out, because at first, ooh, you're pretty, Arizona. Oh, and it's a die chip? Is it? It is. Look at that. Oh, and it's a decent sized one, too. Okay, so, for those of you that do know, we're looking at the maker's initials, I believe, or designer's initials. Right there, it's like a J-I-M. And you see that dye chip on the cactus is covering the majority of that. Oh, why would I take my gloves off? Put the glove back on. Put the glove back on. Can't feel the coin, but it's for the best. But when I zoom up, I actually found one in good shape. Awesome. So, let me refocus this just a touch. Again, the light's not playing super nice with it because I had turned it way down. But you can see from that how gorgeous this coin looks. What's the other side look like? Oh, nice. Okay. So that's a keeper for sure. It's in great shape. It's 2008, so it's already 10, 15 years old-ish. God, that's cool. And it's got that die chip on it. So we will gently place this into the stack with all the other quarters that we have. That is a good find. Because the die chip itself, maybe $1 for that coin. But with it being in such good condition, that'll help. Maybe a few more cents out of it. That's probably the nicest condition one with the die chip that I've personally found on the Arizona. Because they're so old already, usually find them in lightly circulated condition at best. Yeah, we got something. It's not a complete loss, but still have like 3 rows of rolls. Come on, roll. So anything could happen. I'm not expecting a miracle, but anything could happen. How is everyone else doing? What did anyone buy this weekend? Anybody that came from Trade Day? Anybody buy anything? Anything cool? I always like to hear about acquisitions. No, yeah, I do have a ways to go. I'm trying to be quick. That's why I ignore the chat half the time. It's the only way we'll get through this in like 3 hours or less. I had a feeling. But yeah, there's been a lot of channels that have passed the 1,000 subs mark. Frostbite is working on his, I think last I checked he's at 5 something, high 5s, almost 6. I could be already, that could be outdated information. But Frostbite's working on his. Hawaii Volcano. Okay, so here's the thing with these. I just keep all of them. They're rife for die chips in all of this mess that I mean I get what they were doing, but that's kind of a mess of a coin. But I just keep them all. I know they minted a lot. They're not extremely low mintage or anything, but they're just so cool. And I keep them. I don't find that many. I filled a couple of books. So I found those. I have probably a handful of others. They're not that common for some reason. At least not here in the Midwest. Die chip. Yes. Look at that. Nice. We'll zoom in on it. Decent size, too. Nice and obvious. Coin's not in great shape, but we'll take it. Mm-hmm. You sold a lot, Ray. Why you still selling? Thought you got that car problem fixed. Why you selling? I want to sell. I want to put more stuff on eBay, but man, it's tough when silver's up like this. I'm sure it'll come back. I'm sure it'll go back down once everybody realizes that the Fed's just going to print money. But the problem is, if the general public really gets concerned enough, it might not go down, and if it does, it might not go down very much. It just depends on how much they rock the market, because I'm seeing all kinds of financial channels talking about gold and silver right now, which you can tell by looking at their other content, it's not something they usually cover. So, because of that, a lot more people are getting exposure. The only question is how many of them are going to, buy and stay buying after the perceived immediate threat is over. I mean, honestly, right now, I'd be... What is going on with that one? It almost looked like there was something. But I don't think there is. No. Okay. I'd almost be concerned, more so right now with like bags of rice. And I know people think I'm crazy. Rice. Just telling you, it will sustain you for long periods of time, if need be. Ask the Asians, South Americans, rice. That's a really nice Missouri. I don't know if I have a roll of those or not. I'm going to set that up just in case. I probably do have a roll of those, but that one's really nice looking. But rice is just a lot of nutrients and protein and carbs in one little thing. And so you can add stuff to it and kind of get what you need. If the economy goes belly up or food prices and inflation keep going, backup food might be more important than backup silver. So I have mine and my other stuff. I know a lot of other people have theirs, but food right now, if you don't have a stock, is a pretty good option to put extra money if you're at all concerned. Silver's more of a long-term kind of play. I would have water and food first, just in case. There's a lot of people, like Welchco told me about the Deutsche Bank. I've been looking into them. I haven't seen any giant red flags. Like, they have the normal amount of controversy they're almost always in. But we'll find out, like, the day they can't avoid it anymore. They always wait till the last minute to tell us. So if there was something really bad going on, we probably wouldn't know yet. But just like 2008, if dominoes really start falling fast, it's going to be ridiculous. And last time it seemed like there was a reason, the housing market, all these bad loans. This one, it doesn't, I mean, yeah, some bad investments maybe, but it doesn't seem like we should have the same exposure, because 2008, I think, in my opinion, of uneducated ideas, was more. Like, it seemed more systemic. Everyone was kind of doing stuff they knew they shouldn't. This time around, at least from what we're being told, it's just like, like a bad hand at poker, essentially, is kind of the story we're getting. Now, I don't know if that's true, but it's the combination of what they've done to the economy and everything. So, rice. I've taught my kids to be happy eating white rice. Now, I'm sure on day 10 or 15, they're not going to be super happy, but at least it'll be less of a fight than if they didn't like rice at all. So, I have things like that going, just in case. I know a lot of people are well ahead of me on the curve. Some people can have, like, animals and livestock and chickens, and can't have any of that. I'm in the city, or at least city limits. So they won't let me have chickens. You should be, Siren, but not everybody is. Not everybody equates all of the preparedness to investing in precious metals. Ooh, that would be a good video. Thanks, Siren. I will say I lost a lot during the pandemic time because I saw it coming, stocked up, and then found out, much too late, at the time, that my phone's beeping. I'm sure it's something mildly important, but I'm not going to worry about it. I found out much too late that this was like a year and a half, I think, into the pandemic. And I found out that my ex-wife was not rotating the deep freeze. Now again, I have a part to play in that, and obviously I didn't do my due diligence to make sure that she was doing things right, but I kind of figured that she was. I thought in my head that she was, and she knew that, things can't live in the deep freeze, forever, but she was buying stuff still from the grocery store, to replenish stock, but was never pulling from the freezer to the fridge and putting the new back in the freezer. Like, she wasn't doing that. The stuff she was buying was going in the fridge, and everything just sat in the deep freeze for a year and a half. Thousands upon thousands of dollars of meat. We're talking 10-pound logs of ground beef, 3-pound slabs of bacon, chicken, turkey, just you name it. Because we were buying whatever we could right there at the beginning of the pandemic because things were getting kind of questionable. It was before like all the lockdowns and everything. And we were just stocking up even more so. But she never rotated any of it. And I remember the day I caught it too, because I was like, I was helping cook, and she was like, oh, we'll get the hamburger out of the fridge, and I grabbed it, and I looked, and I'm like, this looks like the stuff we just bought. Like, I knew the packagings, and so I'm like, this is like, and I asked her, I said, you've been rotating that stuff out, right? Like, this is the stuff you just bought, like, haven't you been pulling from the freezer? And she's like, no. What? Like, no, it's in there, it's frozen, it's good. No. No, it's not. Oh, that was a sad day. Good news is I had a bunch of other meats and things in cans. All of that was fine. But thousands, probably in the neighborhood of $2,000 or more dollars in meat spoiled in my freezer. I mean, nice to have the backup, right? But, in case. But it went bad long before we used any of it. Upsetting for sure. But she wasn't really as domesticated as I had thought. Which is funny because she was from the country. You would think some of that stuff would go without saying, but it just wasn't. She just didn't have the experience or knowledge to know that she had done anything bad or wrong. I didn't take it out on her or anything. It was a huge mistake, but it wasn't, I guess, her fault. She just didn't know. Boy, did that suck. So, yeah, you really need to have the other things in order. You're right, Siren. Before you really start stacking, you should make sure you're in good standing. Wisconsin, no leaf. Bicentennial. That would make a good video. Might have to do that. Vacuum seal. Yes, there's a few different ways. My neighbor has chickens, not at his place, but at another location. And I told them about, they were talking about something that you could do to eggs to help, keep them longer. And I told them about the mineral oil, kind of not soaking them, but rubbing them, the shells, in mineral oil. And I forget exactly how long it is, but I've heard people say it's like possibly like 6 months or something. Like you get a lot more life because basically, from my understanding, you're making the oil makes like an airtight seal of sorts around the egg, and you can keep them at, relatively like room temperature. I'm sure on the colder side is, best, but basically keep them at room temperature. There's some tricks there. One of these days, I'll actually get some land out somewhere, start building me something sustainable. I don't mind living in the city, but for right now, but it's not where I want to end up, if you know what I mean. I'd be happy on some land. Beef jerky, cup of noodles. Hey, no, we had young kids. My kids, but they were young at the time, or definitely younger than they are now. And so, like, a lot of ours was weird prepping because we had to prep things the kids would eat. And so that was kind of weird, We had some drink mixes and things, and God, I'm trying to remember. Goldfish. A bunch of goldfish. Not the fish, like the crackers. What else did we... Oh, I don't know why, but the mac and cheese cups, my ex-wife was real big on those. I told her she was an idiot and that it was not cost effective, but she was all about the microwavable mac and cheese cups, which are actually horrible as far as taste is concerned. Like, yes, you can cook them in the microwave, yay, but they're horrible. They taste so bad. And so she would do those, and so she stocked up on those and some of the other stuff for the kids. And it was this weird extra pantry area that we created. It just had all this random stuff. She cycled through that stuff, but not the stuff in the deep freeze. Funny enough. But yeah, I mean, it's very strange because a lot of people that get into precious metals, Siren, that's a good point, may not necessarily be prepping in other ways. Because, I guess if you think about it, this is like a financial prep, but just over the weekend, I don't know what was going on in Ohio, but we had this horrible windstorm come through. Ripped a couple shingles off my roof, which is upsetting because I just had a bunch repaired, like some bad spots and things. So ripped off some more shingles off the roof. Very upset about that. And I mean, there was power outages in other areas. I was lucky here and didn't suffer a power outage. But even for something like that, like a short-term power outage, you gotta have a plan. Can you cook if the power's out? Can you, make food, whatever it is that you have? Do you have some backup water if something should happen and, a water main breaks for a period of time and takes some time to repair it and you have little to no water pressure or the water isn't safe? Like, do you have contingencies for these things? Oh, that's weird. So you're not going to be able to see it. It just looks dirty to you, but it's like a dirty rainbow toned Alaska. We're going to get that sucker out of here. But yeah, that's a good video, Siren. I think I'll do that. Have to put in some research. See what I can come up with. Oh, Slots is working now. Has Streamlabs been calling me out by my government name anymore since the last time? I had to turn it off. Well, I removed the comment. I gotta figure that out. I think it's because it thinks my account for this account is called not my YouTube channel name, but my name. Ah, the children. These things happen. I told her at dinner she was eating like a bird, which is fine, sort of. I told her she needed to eat more. She didn't want this, she didn't want that, so I got her some extra food. And she ate. Ooh, Canadian. We're gonna keep that. What we got? 76 Canadian, 25 cent. It's just clad, but it's cool. I will take it. I keep them all in my Canadian book. So that's another find. Not exactly monumental, but it's the only way I really come across Canadian, unless I buy like Canadian silver from like Coin Junkie, or only very few. I've only been to a few shops that have any like a Canadian silver or foreign silver bin that they're just sitting on. You don't see a lot of that, at least in the areas that I go to. So if I want Canadian silver, usually it's coming from Coin Junkie. But other than that, it's the only time I really run into Canadian coins is looking through coin rolls. Have you seen the light bulbs that charge when you turn... Wait, well, hold on. Have I seen... Yeah, I muted myself so I could coerce my daughter into figuring out what she needs so she can go to bed. She's an hour past. And she wonders why I don't get to bed on time when I want to, because I have to stay up at least until she goes to bed. What are you doing?
Getting chips.
Getting chips, like a bag of chips?
Yeah.
How big is this bag of chips? You better hurry the flip up. I am not kidding. Because you're already past time, young lady. But you understand the problem, right?
Yeah.
Your bedtime is 9:30. It's already 10:30. It's only going to get worse as she's growing and becoming a teenager. So I try to fight the battles now, so hopefully I don't have to later. Wish me luck. No, wait. Light bulbs. Oh, you had me muted. Okay. Have you seen the light bulbs that charge when you turn them on, and when the power goes out, you just put the adapter on the tap or screw out the bulb? Oh, yeah, you have some. So it's basically some small, like, battery backup. Jack on Lux. Let me look that up right now. Rechargeable light bulbs. Oh, that's cool. And they're not even that much. That's, and so, okay, so you can do this. And then there's also, you can get 12 volt bulbs for use with like the solar setups. And you'd be surprised if you're just talking about light. And you have like a battery, car battery, something, some system that you kind of would set up. You'd be surprised if you're just running a couple lights or something. That'll last you a very long time with those bulbs. So you could do those too, but that requires a little more. But these, that's cool. How long do they last? They're like $35. You can get them in bright white and soft white. I see the little hooks you're talking about that you can unscrew them and put the thing on. Emergency time, 3 to 4 hours of light per bulb. That's actually really cool. So basically, that's not bad. You learn something new every day, but that just shows. Yes, dog. Can I help you? Do you want to go outside? What? Okay, she wants to go outside. I will get through these quarters eventually, or at least most of them. Give me a second. Let me take this dog out. Let's do this. We will go back up to the top. We'll do another giveaway. I don't know what we're giving away, but we'll give it away. Boom. All right, I'll be right back. She's just going to want back in 5 minutes anyway. We got another Barber dime. This one's 1913. A little worse on the condition. A little worse. Still pretty nice. You can obviously see what it is. No mint mark to speak of. I don't think. No. So, 1913 Barber. Ooh, give that sucker away. And I appreciate everyone hanging out, listening to me rant. Siren, those bulbs are awesome. I'm trying to think of what all fixtures I could put them in. The bathroom for sure. And then something like that. Like, okay, for instance, my bathroom has like one of those vanity lights, multiple bulbs. So there's 4 bulbs in that. So if you only used selectively, once the power went out, 1 or maybe 2 bulbs, depends on how bright they are. You could get even more light out of those if you had multiple plugged in, to one place. So yeah, I could definitely use some of those. They're a little more expensive than regular bulbs. You're paying $35 for 4 of them, but with the battery backup, that's really cool. 500 lumens output under battery discharge. So you would have some light though. That's actually really smart that they're doing things like that. That's super cool. Huh. You learn something new every day. Thank you, Siren. I appreciate that. All right, we're about up on time. Uh-oh, Jimmy's in here. That's not good for anybody. All right. Did Kendall make it? Looks like Kendall should have made it. I'm going to open it back up. Can I open it back up? This camera's all up in my way. Oh, yeah, here it is. It's right behind the camera. Resume. Kendall, hit that again. And Ringmaster, hit it again. Okay, Ringmaster got it. Kendall, hit it one more time. Because you didn't get in. You should have gotten in. Based on where I saw you and then the bot. But it didn't get you. Roadhog, Philip, you guys are late. You guys are late. Killing me. Kendall! Get in there! Albie, hello? I'm waiting on Kendall. Okay, got him. Got him. Alright. I'm going to close entries. Okay. Pick winner. So rigged. So very rigged. Oh, man. Roadhog. Man. You got, and that's kind of cool. So now you got a 14 that's in pretty good condition. And a 13 in not bad condition. Going right in behind it. Roadhog batting 1,000. But as any of you remember, Roadhog and Siren, and also Mr. Jimmy, just have luck. I don't know what's going on with them, what gods they pray to, or what, but they just have the luck. They win a lot of giveaways. So, complete that giveaway. Let's get back to the quarters. I'm going to have to look at those lights, though. That's super cool. Especially, that would be kind of cool for a solar setup. And so, like, I'm thinking, like, my shed out there, right? So, if I had, think like the string lights, you can attach a couple different lights, I think. And so, do like the solar panel, the inverter thing for some power during the day, but then in the night, you wouldn't have that much, but you would have some light out there if you needed it. That would be interesting. Okay, so here's this, and it looks like rust. So here's this Alaska that we were talking about before we opened this up. And it looks like rust on the one side, but on the back side, it's turned into some ugly rainbow toning, but rainbow toning nonetheless. I'm not seeing anything special about it. The toning makes it look cool, though, but that makes sense now that we see the other side of it. All right, so a Canadian, a really nice Arizona cactus dyed chip, random bicentennials, and Washington crossing the Delaware with the Hershey's Kiss on the hat. So we're getting there. See what else we find. I'm sub to Streamlabs, that's why. You're on the preferred winners list. Jimmy, you're just lucky. They don't call you Lucky Jimmy Licari for nothing. I've seen him win giveaways he's not even on the stream. I don't know how it's possible. It's just possible. If Jimmy and Siren are in it, your chances are diminished. And now it seems like over here, Roadhog has some very good luck. It seems like. So, well-deserved luck, but luck nonetheless. What is that? Nope, some 2019s flying through. Nothing special. 67. 2022. I'll have to switch bins in a minute. Oh, Homestead. No leaky bucket. So, I'm not as lucky as much as everyone else is unlucky. That's a very good way to look at it. That's a very good way to look at it, Jimmy. River, but it's a P. River, but it's P. Nothing. Salt River. Alright, let's switch out these bins. It's starting to overflow. You know, going through them isn't that bad. Rolling them up isn't really that bad either, but it's a pain. That's why you see me picking these apart on one end, because I reuse them. I got tired of buying all the rolls all the time. It's nicer and it's easier with the brand new wraps, but it's not that bad doing it this way. Saves me a little bit of money on buying them. 2008. Tuskegee, no Die Clash. What's going on in the chat? I'm at almost 420 subs with no content. Don't say that. Some channels out there will get upset. Siren's got a bunch of subs, I think. A decent amount. Siren's super popular, though. She's everywhere. I'll find a channel. Like, channel I've never seen. I don't know. Silver Closet Stackers. I don't know. Whatever. And I'll see them. I don't know. Maybe they're live or whatever. Jump in. Maybe to say hi to some people. Check out the content. See what's going on. There's Siren. In the chat. She knows everybody. Everybody knows her. She's keeping all these channels to herself. Secret channels that only she goes to. Winning all the giveaways. 2009 Duke Ellington. I don't see any doubling. Secret. I have 1.2K with only 12 videos. 5 of which are somebody else's that I just fixed the audio on. That has become... And that's one of the things about shorts. Now, do I feel like I'm at any risk? No, probably not. But, like, the whole thing with these shorts, at least it's real bad over on TikTok. I think YouTube kind of discourages it, but then how much does that get enforced? It's like people reusing other people's content. In that, like, they'll duet it or whatever that thing is where they're supposed to be adding to the video, but they don't add to it. Like, I've seen bunches of them. Not in the silver and coin community, but in other content, where it's just like the original video's here, and that person's just sitting here, like, reacting, but they don't even react. Like, they don't really add anything. And so, like, I guess technically, because they're adding their video to it, it's supposed to be okay because they're assuming that they are adding value or content to it, but they're not. And so it's basically like a justified way to steal content, for lack of a better term. And so it's just like now, except for a few, I guess of the bigger creators, there's a lot of that stuff where even if you wanted to try to track down the original person that did a certain video type or whatever, it's going to be hard because it's been regurgitated so many times on other people's channels and in their feeds that, stitching, I don't know if it's stitching, duet, something like that. Like I said, I think it's more prevalent on TikTok than it is on YouTube at the moment, but I'm sure it still happens. I mean, heck, I've seen some where I think YouTube has the feature now where you can literally do that, easily, as long as, again, you're adding to it. But I've thought about doing it on some, but it just seems like, number one, too much work, and number two, I don't really want that kind of mess. If somebody does get upset, I would think they could or would. So I guess I wouldn't really want someone doing it to me, so I don't do it to other people. I got my TikTok subs, but I'm not on TikTok. Not into TikTok. Yeah, TikTok's I throw some stuff over there, but like I said, I'm trying to do less of the shorts. I will say, at least the stuff that I'm doing or have done has not been super well received on TikTok, but that doesn't mean anything. I got a buddy who's been on TikTok since it first started, and he is great. I dropped a quarter. He is great over there, and he just has this, I don't know, I don't get these people that can just pick up the camera and then just blab out whatever, and it looks polished and planned and all this stuff. Because I talked to him. Hold on, dog wants in. Because I talked to him, on the phone. We have each other's numbers. We talk. Known each other for, I think, 4 or 5 years now. And I asked him, hey, how the hell are you doing that? All of his stuff just looks so, the framing's good. He's like, oh, I just, turn on the camera and do it. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, they look professionally planned. They look good, well thought out. All the stuff he's like, I don't put any time into it. I'll just throw it up and do it. I was like, you're lucky. So I do that, and it looks horrible. It sounds horrible. I'm stammering over my words. I am not a very good impromptu person. You guys see this. This is me. Scatterbrained, disorganized, ignoring the chat, all of these things. It's normal for me, but yeah, his TikTok, I forget how many followers or whatever all the hell. I forget how many he has, but it's it's a bunch. It's a bunch. And I asked him how much money he made on TikTok last year. Obviously, this was, around the turn of the year. So, how much money you make on TikTok? You got a bunch of people is TikToks, I guess, are getting views, bunches of them. I said, so how much are you making over there? and the number was not impressive. Not impressive in the least. Like, you could have one video on YouTube monetized that did decent, give more money than his entire TikTok channel paid him last year. In the whole year, which I don't even want to think about how many TikToks he made in that time. I'm kind of glad that he's not putting a whole lot of effort into it, in hindsight. But yeah, not lucrative at all. I mean, I guess for certain people and in certain situations, maybe, but it does not pay, I guess, to be on TikTok unless you're like into the millions and millions. I guess at that point it's, kind of unavoidable that you're going to be making a decent amount of money. But up until then, I don't think you're really making much. That's why you see a lot of those creators then I have something in my eye. Then subsequently, did you add a quote? What quote did you add? Quote number 10. Yeah. So a lot of those people from TikTok then later come over and start like YouTube or Twitch channels, streaming or whatever. You'll see, because TikTok really doesn't pay that well. It's great for exposure and to like help build an audience, I guess. But it's not, I don't see it unless you're in a certain category. You're not gonna make a career out of it. You know what I mean? Constitutional, welcome in. Think you were here early on, but you're back now. Y'all want to see me twerk now, don't you? Siren? I know people that would pay good money for that. I think that's the whole point. I saw a short the other day. It was hilarious. It was this guy and a girl walking, and it's like one of those like guerrilla interview things, and by that I mean guerrilla tactics, not actual guerrilla doing an interview. So like somebody just like runs up with a mic like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And so, hilarity usually ensues. But in this case, it was a guy and a girl. And the guy walks up and he said, "What's one thing?" God, what is in my eye? This is killing me. He said, "What is one thing about each other that you don't like or whatever, don't approve of?" I forget the exact wording. And the guy wasted no time, none, coming over, leaning over the mic and saying, "I don't like that she sells feet pics online." To which obviously the interviewer gets, confused and asks some questions, and she goes, "Yeah, I sell feet pics on some website," whatever. And then her thing for the guy was, "I'm kind of upset that he doesn't make as much money as me." Well, if it was that easy for us to make money, I bet you we would, but we can't sell feet pics, unfortunately. So, yeah, the guy was very upset. I'm talking the boyfriend guy. Okay, we got a weird one. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. Mira, what do you want? What do you want, Mira? What do you want? You've been outside. I'm not taking you back outside. You were just outside. It's not bedtime yet. Where'd you go? What are you doing? This dog and these children will be the death of me. A1 Teats. I'm guessing the car's owner probably has a TikTok channel. Yeah, that sounds like it. Hey, what? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want, dog? She wants a love. Hi. Hi. Smile for the camera. Smile for the camera. Come here. Say hi. Yes, what? You just were outside. You were just outside. Was there something you did not sniff that you want to go sniff again? What is it? Okay, you want to go outside? Okay, come on. This dog. Did I ever draw that winner? Yeah, I did. Red Hall. TikTokies. Okay, so, yeah, TikTok. Not the best place. So, anyhow, hold on. We gotta look at this. Because the whole rim is bent. Like, you see it there. That looks like it's PMD. I'm guessing, because now I can see. That's some weird PMD, though. Huh. Yeah, it struck over the letters. I don't know. Could it? Yeah, that must have been PMD. It's the only thing I think of. Because, like, look there, you can see it. It's definitely after the stamping. I don't know. That's funny. The rim looks fine, sort of. You kind of see it there. Being all thick. Interesting. We'll pass it on. Yeah. A1 Teats. That's funny. I'm just waiting for the giveaway when I can win the dog. Will be my day in the sun. First, you need to buy some real estate so you can have a dog. With a yard. The dog makes traveling difficult. I will say that. I have to hire somebody to come babysit or babysit the dog, depending on if I have the children or not. That can get expensive. Salt River, but it's a P. Maryland, in really nice shape. I love her. Uh-oh. Ha! Ha! Okay. Y'all saw it. There's a camera there. Dog. No sleight of hand. 54. We found silver. Bam! Also, I heard it clank. I went to flip it, and I heard it, and I was like, wait a minute. And it looked a little funny, but I've been seeing funny-looking stuff all night. Yes. Give away 2 dimes, get a quarter. Sometimes it all works out. That's sweet. 54. Nice. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm not checking edges. You guys, I'm just dumping them out. So I missed the edge. I heard it, though. Nice. Silver. Shame I'm not doing shorts anymore. It wouldn't look as good, though, anyway, because I don't have the whole roll and everything out here. Tuskegee. Okay. Sweet. And I was just saying. Wait. No, over here. I was just saying I hadn't found a silver quarter in a while. Boom. Okay. So, we still got 2 whole rows of the box to go. Now, we know it's contaminated with silver, possibly. We might find more. I'm happy if we don't, but we might. These are going for what right now? At least like 22 times face, I think is about the going rate. Some shops are still out there offering them at 20 times face. I will say that. There are still some out there. Constitutionals. Harry's coin shop up there in Oregon. I think, what in God's name happened to that? It's like Road Quarter Extraordinaire. Somebody just got funny with a grinder. Something, or like a cut-off wheel. Something playing around. Pass that one along. Sweet silver. That's nice. Super nice. 65. It's not much of a difference when you really hold. I mean, it is, but it's very slight. When you're not used to seeing it for a while, the dirty ones do look a lot alike. Man, they tried. You can kind of see this is a dirty 65 next to that 54. Now, granted, it's there, but, and obviously the one's dirty. And yeah, there's a bit of difference. But they tried real hard to make those first ones that came out of the mint look pretty close to silver. They tried specifically because they didn't want the public to freak out. They weren't sure if they were going to accept it or not. So that's why when you start to see like some dirty 65s, they can kind of make you like look twice. Because I feel like now they've kind of gotten away from whatever, if any, treatments they were doing to kind of bridge that gap. But if you look at like that 65 next to it and then this, I mean, obviously it's cleaner, but it's just a much shinier coin. Has a more of a metallic, where like the silver's almost like the luster that coins just had then. It was like they were trying to almost put the coin into like a matte finish to mimic that look, cartwheeling and whatnot. Here's another one, another 65. What's going on in the chat? Oh, Constitutional, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. We'll catch you soon. Found silver. Can't believe it. And I've been through so many boxes filling this thing, and it's been a while since we found silver. But see, still out there. Free silver at the bank. But I will say, you don't see, especially the silver. You don't see, I see collection dumps all the time at my bank that don't have silver. So some people are wise, and other people, because of the internet, are doing more research on coin collections that get left. You know, it's easier to figure out for some people that another Canadian, I already see it. Let's pull it just to get it out the way. Another, was the other one 74? No, 76. This one's 74. Not bad. Decent shape. Ooh, scratched up on the obverse, but okay. We'll deal with it. Got another rust quarter. Bicentennial. Put that aside. Okay, so Constitutional was leaving us. Siren. She wants me to give away the silver I just found. Do you see her? So let's see. I'm counterproductive. If I give away 3 dimes, yeah, that would negate our silver find. Are they gonna make or break me though? As a matter of fact, I don't even know. I might be even on my rolls right now. And plus, I need to... Ooh, you know what we can do? We can get back to our roots. Go back to the grams. Siren's just trying to add to her pack. That's what she's doing. P. Where? Haha! We can do this. We're getting there. Still got a lot to do. Still got a lot to do. It's a tank. Or no, it's a snake. Okay, so that's not going to offend Siren. There's lots of guns in here. That's a gun. That's a gun. Praying mantis. 2 grams. Boom. Still, somehow, this doesn't work out in my favor. But for you guys, I'm much appreciative of the time spent hanging out with me. Boom. Got it. Okay. So, those 2 guys. Siren's in. Come on, everybody, get in. Giveaway's active. Siren demanded it. She's bossy. Oh, dog wants in. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. The dog wants to go to bed. Is what it is. Okay. We're on a roll. Sort of. Silver. Be nice if we found a W just to top it all off. Come on. Adjust my light a little bit. 85. Beat up. Road quarter. 86. It's like kind of flattened. Okay. Okay, 2 rows. Not rolls. Rows left. Mira, go lay down. Alright, we gotta speed through these. I'm gonna do this fast. There's only 4 of you in. There's 9 watching. There was 15 a minute ago. Just saying. They could have got in. They could have totally got in. But that's okay. Still giving it away. I don't care if it's 1 person entering or 15. 4 people in, 30 seconds to go. Jimmy got in. If I do, Siren's getting it. I just want to see Roadhog win again. Yeah. It's not impossible. And I'm not announcing them. It's a really nice looking 74. So Streamlabs is announcing them. All I'm doing is hitting the button. So, I mean, but when there's so few people in, 66. Okay, we're up. Dun, dun, dun. Kendall, sweet, because you already got a pack coming. That is perfect. It's going to go with your nickels and with your 40% silver quarter. That, yes, I do still have for you. I know. I'm horrible. Still sitting here, but better late than never. I like these as like a novelty. The grams. Especially for some people, because a lot of people, especially new stackers, just won't. Look at me, dropping everything. Won't buy them because of the high, cost for the silver value. There's not a whole lot of reason to. So I feel like most people do them for fun. Great for giveaways and things like that. But and then you get fractional silver. So if silver's ever $50 an ounce, it actually kind of means something there. All right. Okay, complete the giveaway and move on. All right, quarters. Ooh. There's some wear on it, but that's a really nice 65. There's a little wear, but it's just in really good condition. Almost want to keep it, but I'm not going to. $71. Yeah, they tried really hard. 65s, all those early ones. Speed round. San Antonio, but it's a Philly. So, crossing to Delaware. Okay. We get. Fried bologna sandwich. Oh, that sounds delicious. I have some bologna, but I've been trying to. I'm not cutting out carbs completely, but I'm trying to watch them a little. I've been paying some attention to some nutrition stuff, and it's said that, like, yes, you need carbs at times, but unless you're really doing strenuous activity, I think, like a lot of it, you don't really need carbs, and your body's just basically storing them. Something to that effect. Don't quote me. But I'm trying to cut back on some. It's hard because I can't drink coffee without sugar. So on that, I'm mixing. Doing like a no-calorie sweetener thing, which will probably give me cancer, but who knows. I'm mixing. Ooh, here's another really nice Arizona. What do we got? There is a little bit of a dye chip on it. Hold on. Another one. A really nice one. Set that over there as well. That's weird. That's really weird. Some stuff in this box. 97, 79. Duke Ellington. No doubling. But we haven't found too much, but that's weird that we found two Arizonas in really good condition with that dye chip on them. I've been looking for those for a while. I don't think I've found any in that good a shape ever. P. Marsh Billings. Of course it is. Road quarter. So I got that 10-ounce bar, and I like that bar. It's poured. and then just stamped. And I don't know who makes it. I'd have to look it up. They're common, but it says it's 4 9s, which for a bar is a little weird. And it also says made in the USA, if I remember correctly. So I don't know who makes it. Oh, wow. A really nice Washington on the back of one side of this. Or at least so we think. But I don't know who makes it. But it's a really nice bar. And I kind of like it because it's thin. Actually fits really well in the 5th pocket of my jeans. Sounds fun, but I was carrying it. Okay, it's a 91 Washington, but the back is just blazing. Little bit of wear, maybe on the breast feathers, but not much. The wingtips still seem to be there. Everything's good. That's crazy. Just a 91 though. Which doesn't seem like it was that long ago. Starting to face my own mortality and realize how old I'm actually getting. I'm getting old. I look at the 90s as like a great time not long ago. And another bicentennial. And it's not. It's 30 years ago. More than 30 years ago now. In some cases. So, yikes. I'm old. I don't like it. It's weird though, because the generational gap is getting closer and closer. Or, I'm sorry. For us, it was closer than for kids nowadays. Because they're not exposed to our music as much as we were to our parents. You know, we were like listening on the radio and stuff. And watching TV, we were watching the same TV and stuff. So we kind of were exposed to our parents' stuff. I don't know. I try to keep up on my kids and like what they're ingesting, obviously. But they don't know my stuff. They don't know who Green Day is. They don't know who Led Zeppelin is. They don't know who, you know, the Rolling Stones are. They have no idea. You know, so it's just the generational gaps are getting further and further. So now, more so than I think when we were coming up, like the old should feel older because they have no idea what's going on with the kids. But a lot of the older people are exposed to some of the same things as the young kids. So we know some of their stuff, which I think is giving us a false sense of like we're not old yet. But we really are. It's crazy. I think in another decade or so it'll sink in really bad. Somebody showed me something that came up on like classic radio, and it was like, what was it? Was it Korn? It was like on classic rock or something radio, because it's like 30 years old. You just don't think about it. It's nuts. Yeah, we all get old. Some of us faster than others. My kids will be the death of me for sure. Speed round. Can we find anything? Not a single W yet. silver, some dyed chips, a couple Canadians. It's funny that people like interchangeably use Canadian coins here. You know, for the most part, as long as it's like a one-off or two, if nobody cares. I'm sure if you tried to like substitute a whole roll, somebody might say something, but we get them back in our change all the time. Kind of interesting. Back to that fiat. I did see something. Watched some guy's video. Some finance guy, which, like I said earlier, I've been watching. A lot of them are talking about gold and silver a lot more now. But this guy seemed to think that there would be no large-scale implosion of the U.S. financial market. And I forget, I'm going to quote him wrong. I forget exactly what he said, but he basically said it's not deflation that ever does a currency in, the fiat currency. They said it's hyperinflation that always does it. So he said, based on what's going on with us right now and what kind of the road's looking like, he said we really are in no risk of any short-term hyperinflation, at least current, given the current market and what's going on. So he said we're good there, so he doesn't see a failure of the dollar just yet. But he said basically the death of the dollar is essentially going to be, once we get knocked down as the world reserve currency, he did like a historical chart, different civilizations, and basically like once you're no longer the reserve currency for, you know, a large geopolitical area or the world, I think, you know, the world is probably a newer thing, but these larger empires, like once they were no longer really the standard currency in a region, pretty much all declined and then collapsed. So he seems to think that that's more along the lines of what we're waiting to see as far as issues with the dollar. So once we are no longer the world reserve currency, or we have strong challengers up kind of working on that title, trying to take it from us, that's when we're really going to be in trouble. And he said it happens relatively fast at that point. Like basically once you get knocked down, it's a quick spiral into financial anarchy. And historically that's been true. I got this weird feeling America's not going to give up reserve currency status without some huge fight. Like, whether that be figurative or literal. Hopefully figurative. But that's kind of what it looks like we're waiting for at this point. The bank failures have slowed down. Speaking of the 90s, if you actually heard that, that's a Tamagotchi that my daughter thought was cool and picked up at like a store. Tamagotchi. You know, little digital pet thing. And now every time it wants fed or whatever, it beeps. I forgot how annoying those things were. Your snorting speed has increased. What's speed? I wish. I'd like some. Probably level me out some. No, I'm trying to, yeah, I'd like some to get through these coins a little faster. We still got 4 rolls on the table. Really nice Pennsylvania. Here's another one of these weird ones. Everybody keeps saying it was in a fire. I one of these days, now that maybe it's spring, I'm really going to test that. I'm going to go burn some coins and see if there's any validity to that statement. I'll do blowtorch. I'll do campfire. We'll figure it out. I'll keep one in there for hours. We're going to figure out if that's even possible, because I don't think it is. Maybe dryer? Maybe. But even that seems like a little too much. You have to be stuck in a dryer for a really long time. And then why would so many get pulled out of the dryer? So many questions. But everybody says it's heat. Connecticut. That, Jimmy only has 7,000 silver discs. You've been gambling it away, haven't you? Siren, I think, is at the top. Let's see. Loyalty. Points. Yeah, Siren's at the top, followed closely by Constitutional and Roadhog. Thomas Tone just beyond that. Henry, Ruler. But that's just, these are just current levels. If you gamble it all away, I cannot help you. I forget who it was. I had to give somebody back a bunch of silver discs. They literally gambled it all away. San Antonio, but it's a P. Crossing the Delaware, no die chip. Look at this. Look at this. This ugly, ugly coin. What in the world were they thinking? I mean, I get it, sort of. But there had to be other designs. There had to be another option. That coin just looks horrible. I get what they're trying to do. The mounds on the dirt, you can kind of see them. There's some trees in the background. I mean, I get what they're going for. Ugly. Even, I saw a picture somewhere. I looked up like an MS-70 because I'm like, okay, like maybe the really nice looking ones don't. No. Nope. I think even the proof. I think they have proofs. Even the proofs look like crap. Because of all the texture in the grass, none of it's shiny. Vicksburg. In decent shape for 2011. $66. 92. Okay. Because we talk too much in chat. Do you get it for talking? I think, well, yeah, maybe it's because the talking. Well, I appreciate the talking because that's tracked. So I'm assuming because it's tracked, it's important. It's just what I think, but I'm sure I could be wrong. But if YouTube tracks it, it's important, right? Engagement. They're all about engagement. Are your viewers engaged? What, dog? It's not bedtime yet. I know. She's looking at me like, why are you... It's after 11. Why are you still awake? Ooh, there's a pretty Washington. Oh, and it's a 78. It's never as pretty under the microscope. This side, not so pretty. This side, a lot prettier. Given its age. Toss it back, though. What the... There's another 78 with a hole in it. Interesting. birth year coin for somebody or a keychain. Doesn't look like it's got enough wear to be a keychain, but that's a punched hole. Huh. Interesting. 78. Whatever happened? I forgot to ask Flip. He got a bypass. Whatever happened to those coin roll hunting mats, huh? Huh? Weren't we promised those in he said 30 days in January. And I ain't seen nothing. And it's March, almost April. He lied to me. I feel hurt and betrayed. Now, I really do need a mat for this table. I don't know if it's going to fit here. Probably not. They're usually big. I'll figure it out, though. It's a 65. Okay, we're almost down to the last row. We gotta speed roll this stuff, man. It's already almost midnight. I got a half an hour. Oh, ripped it. I try not to do that. It'll be alright, though. I can rip one. Okay. Bicentennial right there. Not silver, but we'll keep it. He said 30 days. Yeah, he said 30, and I think I came back with 20. Being funny. It's been way over 30 days. Well over. I'm hurting here. Oh, wow, that's a weird looking 82. That almost got me for a second. Thought it was silver looking. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes the old dirty ones can kind of look silver. Look. Definitely doesn't sound silver. Another bicentennial. Set it aside. You know, going through them fast, though, it's not a good thing. Like, at $50, I guess it's easier to kind of just run through them. Man, look at that. Makes me look twice. Because it's a 65, but it gives that vibe. When it's next to each other, you can kind of see it, but it's damn close on the color. Okay, we're almost there. Let's go. Yeah, I need a coin roll hunting mat. I'd have to get them for all of them, though, for the nickels. Dimes, not so much. Really, in dimes, I don't think there's much to look for. I only look for silver when I go through dimes. So that's a quick hunt. Basically, I just check edges, open them, check edges, put them back, and then return them. That, I'm really just looking for silver. I can't think of too many special dimes out there that I'd care to. Here's another really nice Arizona. Yeah, nothing on that one. Yeah, decent shape though. But dimes, I don't care about as much. $50, it's hard for me to get. I basically have to special order them from one of my banks. The other bank won't get me any, or at least says they can't. So I have to special order those. And right now, I mean, I have the money. But it's been so bad, the $half up here, that it's almost not worth it. Like, if the bank tellers have them, I ask them, is that a leaky bucket? Or is that dirt? Is it dirt? The bucket looks smashed. Yeah, that's just dirt. Hate you. Yes. Okay. Here's another one. Nothing on that. Okay. But I have to special order them, and the boxes have been so dry. You know? And it's a lot of money. Quarters are at least a little more fun, you know? Die chips, different things. $half? You're literally just looking for silver. It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of hassle. I know if it does pay off, it pays off. But like I said, I'd just rather, if they have some that somebody's turned in the till or whatever, I'll grab those. But I'm starting to not like the boxes that much. At all. I'll still get them occasionally, maybe, but, you know, I've probably not even 10% of the $half boxes, whole boxes that I've gotten from the bank I've found anything in. And usually it's just like a 40 or two. Yeah, it sucks. There's not much going on over here in Ohio. I think Hunting Southwest, I don't know where he goes. That was dumb. I don't know where all he goes, but he gets a bunch of boxes consistently. And so I think he's not far from me geographically. I ripped this one completely open. So that probably affects me. I know that sounds bad, like, you know, scapegoatish or whatever, but I'm sure it doesn't not affect me. He's pretty close. So as far as like banks and regions and all that goes, so if there's a lot of demand down there, I'm sure I'm getting like leftovers. Strange noise. I'm sure it was the wind. Oh no, it's my dog. What are you scratching at? Oh, Brown Sugar, welcome in. I looked over at the chat. That's my one time for the hour. Duke Ellington. You doubling. No. P. Really nice 89. So, yeah, I'll probably continue doing that. And I'll try to up my game. Like I said, I went through there for a while when I wasn't really live streaming. The last, I don't know, month or however long it's been. I went through 2 boxes of halves, like 4 boxes of quarters, I think like 4 or 5 boxes. I went through a lot. Because, no offense, it takes about the same time, but it's so much faster when you're not live streaming. Because you can be messy, you can just do whatever, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to talk through it. And check the chat. Silver Addiction! What's going on? Good to see you. I appreciate you coming in. You've probably been here, but I'm just now noticing you. So we'll pretend like you just got it. That's 2 times I've looked at chat in like the last few minutes. I'm on a roll. National Park, but it's a P. 2019, but it's a P. Salt River, but it's a P. Back-to-back 77s. That's weird. So, yeah, the 10-ounce bar was a good pickup for the week. I bought those things at Flips. Man, my LCS, I like him. He's alright. I don't have a huge problem with him, but I went in there. He had everything up. He's always substantially over online prices. And it's probably by design to some degree, but like, for instance, let's say I can get a 1-ounce generic on Hero Bullion for $27. He's going to be at $28. It's just at least $28. He usually tries to keep it to round numbers. It's never like 27, 25 or anything weird, thankfully. But he's always high, in my opinion. Now, it's right there and you get to walk out with it. You don't have to mess with shipping, any of these things. I get that. But man, sometimes I go in there and the prices just kill me. I did get a little discount on that 10-ounce though. I paid $2.70 for it, which is still a little high compared to online prices for a 10-ounce bar. But I got to walk home with it that day. So it wasn't as bad as if I would have tried to buy 10 generic rounds. I would have paid $28 a piece and been at $2.80. So I did get a little discount, but the physical market is sometimes rough. And he had a bunch of halves, and he's at $11 on the halves, which isn't terrible. But he's been at $10 for so long on halves through all of the price ups and downs that the $11 kind of sends me a little off. And so I opted not to go that route. I saw the 10-ounce bar, which he usually doesn't have. If stuff like that comes in, it doesn't stay long because he gets what he gets and he sells stuff, but the stuff that comes in is just whatever comes in. And he doesn't really buy like the larger things like bars. He'll buy rounds all day. He doesn't really try to push bars or anything, so he doesn't order those things. He just orders rounds because somebody might want 1, 2, 3, not always a whole 10. I dropped a quarter. It's gone forever. 2010 Hot Springs. So, bars at his shop are a little harder to come by. So I saw that there. It was the only one he had. I had to pick it up. I'm trying Silver Addiction. If you didn't catch it, we did find so far 1 silver. But we're on the last row of rolls. And so, fingers crossed, but already it's been good. Silver in a box of quarters. I can't tell you how many boxes I've been through with no silver. So that's amazing in itself. But usually once you find 1 mixed in there, you kind of are hopeful. Maybe you'll get a couple thrown in somewhere else. Never know. And yes, I'm trying to be focused. I'm trying to be fast. How long have we been on here? Does it say? Yeah, just about 3 hours now. Which It's not bad for a whole box of quarters. I'm getting faster, and I don't like that. Like I was, I think, alluding to a little earlier, when I was talking about the speed. I don't know. I get worried when I go through things too fast. Because I'm like, I probably missed something. It's probably human nature. I don't know. Whatever. Second guessing myself. It might be. But that's how I feel sometimes. And so, like, when I get better and I just run through these quarters and I'm like, all right, cool, done. I get that feeling like the Tamagotchi needs feeding. Beep, 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 beep. Rusty 86. Delaware. Ada Mae Wong. 65. Salt River. It's a P. Of course it is. 6 rolls left. We can do this. We can do this. Boom. Start the giveaway. Do another one. Let's see who got the last one. Kendall. Roadhog batting 1,000. Siren, you're going to have to suck it up at some point. I'm running out of cute things to give you. All I got are a lot of guns in here. But, what is that? What is that? Chicken? Okay. I got a chicken, I think. Raise this up. Refocus. Okay, I think that's a chicken. And this one's something. Crest. And more lips. For all the... Oh, you can't see that. Lips. Crest, chicken, lips. We'll give that away. You guys, I will say this. That's a small pile. Alright? I don't know. 30 left, maybe? This was somewhere in the neighborhood of 145. I gave some away to my kids. Call it 120 to be safe, probably. I've gone through over 100 grams in giveaways. And I'm more than happy. I'm just stating the fact that I'm almost out of this container. Running out. Which like I said earlier, I like giving them away because not a lot of people like to buy them. And these are fun because they have a bunch of designs. When we get to the rounds, those are really cool because they have some coin-looking kind of designs and different stuff. I think there's like a Liberty Bell. There's a lot of cool stuff on the rounds. The grams. Rounds. There's a dirty something. Alright. Keep an eye on the time. 86. 67. Lowell, but it's a P. See, now that's weird. It's got like a matte finish, like dirt. Like frosted almost. I mean, I know it's seen some circulation, but it still looks pretty good. But I like that kind of matte finish. I don't know what that is that causes it. But like, okay, I'm getting some people in. Silver Addiction, Siren, Josh, Ruler, Jimmy, Roadhog, Kendall. 85, 79. We're farm, but it's P. Are we going to make it through this with just 2 bins? I think we might. 81. How are we looking for time? Oh, we're up. Okay, I'm going to pick it. I think we got everybody. I bought all of these from Silver Keys. And so I bought them a while back. And so what had happened was Siren wins. So now I have more to put into your pack with your nickels. Haha. Okay. So I bought mine, the ones I have now, from Silver Key. So there was a time, or she had a bunch, and I didn't intentionally do this, but like it was, I had seen them up multiple times. She had them, she hadn't been moving them, like multiple times. I'm talking week over week over week, and they just weren't, really moving. And I was just really officially starting the channel, and she made the comment, or at least I caught the comment finally, that hey, these are good for like little channel giveaways and things. And so I was like, she's right. And so I bought a bunch. And because I bought a bunch, and probably because she hadn't moved them in a while, I think I got a pretty good price considering. I mean, you're always over on the grams, but I got a pretty good price on them. And so for that reason, it hasn't been that bad. But I mean, what is it? How much? Okay. So, to give you an idea, a dime has 2.5 grams of silver in it, according to Google. Now, weighs 2.5 grams. Jerks. So what's 2.5? Now I gotta get a calculator out. Okay, 2.25. Okay, 2.25 grams of silver in a 90% dime. And you can get one of those for $2. These, I think you're hard pressed to get them for like $2 each. So to give you an idea, but that's part of the rub, I guess you'd say, because there's production that goes into these. With the 90%, they've been in existence. They're basically being traded, time and time again. Like nobody's really stomaching that cost, but on these they have that cost to reabsorb. So yeah, I can't remember exactly what I paid for them. I guess I could look it up on a receipt, but I think I got them for just below about $2 each, which I think is a deal. I think now, and especially with the market, I think right around now about $2 each would be a deal on them. You might even be a little over per gram. And at the big bullion dealers, it's even worse. Like especially if it's like a Valcambi, you're paying I think like $3. Let me see. We'll just go to Hero because I like their prices. Silver, fractional. I don't see fractional. We'll look at fractional rounds. See if we can find a gram. I can't even find a gram. We'll search. Gram silver. If I could type. This is probably going to show me like kilo bars and stuff and 500 gram bars. Yeah, that's what it's showing me. They do have the Valcambi 10-gram combi bar, 100 grams for $153. So yeah, I mean, with the grams, you're in a bad spot trying to buy those. But Keys has them sometimes. And then a few other people I've seen on Trade Day and Flea Market have offered them up. So they're around, and if they're looking to move them, you might be able to get a slightly better price on them. But I think, yeah, $2, anywhere between $1.50, $2 a piece is a heck of a deal. Hero didn't have it. Who else would? SD's gotta have gram bars. Silver. I don't see it either. Okay. Nope, they got Geigers, but those are even worse. No, they don't have them either. A lot of, yeah, you might be hard pressed to even buy them right now. I don't see a listing on SD. Provident? Yeah, really, I'm only seeing the Volcambi bar. So, you're paying... Oh, my God. Oh, because it's in an assay. Okay, so a combi, 100-gram combi bar in assay, like the case and the thing with the COA, $235. Jeez. That's high. So you're paying on that, you're paying $2.35 per gram. So yeah, I think probably about $2. I'm probably way past the point you probably don't care anymore, but that's the only thing I can find right now for anywhere else now on eBay. Don't even look. Don't. Because people are trying to sell grams on there for like $5. You know, resellers and whatnot. Don't even look there. It's not worth it. And now I'm actually kind of... I thought I put a couple up, but on the rounds, I'm probably going to put a couple of them up before I start giving them away, because I like fractional a lot. I don't know if we'll ever get to a barter system, but if we do, I want to be prepared. And I don't want to give up all my dimes straight away. So I have a bunch of 40%. I have some Canadian fractional, constitutional, like 40 and 80%. Or 50 and 80%, I mean. But the 1 grammers would be really nice, especially if the silver skyrockets to a level where $50, $60, if it ever did, not saying it will, saying if it ever did. Yes. Yes, I do. In the assay. I got Empire Precious Metals sticker that he did a while back. Something. I got it in the assay. It's funny to play on words, but I'm not putting it on my car or anything. But, where was I at? Yeah, I mean... The grams might shoot up to where they'd be trading for about $4 a piece, $5 maybe in a really nice world. So at that point, I feel like they'd be a little more popular. I don't know if you'd get that. A lot of people will still be wanting to give you like melt value for them, which would be lower. But you get the idea. Fractional's always a really good thing to have because you can't cut. I mean, you can cut an ounce of silver in half, but it's not advisable. And if silver shoots up really high, it's going to be really hard for a lot of people to make change if you're actually doing any kind of barter with your silver. And so for that reason, I like my fractional. I have a lot. Very nice Utah. Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, I get the whole assayers thing, but you think we'd update the terminology some. I feel really bad for the people over in, England, the UK, with all their taxes and added fees. And especially for somebody that's like hand pouring. We're down to 3 rolls. There's another Hawaii. We're going to keep that. Hawaii Volcano, not the Hawaii National Park one. That one's a nice coin too, but I got a whole roll of those in all that bank collection dump that somebody did. I got a whole roll of Hawaii. It looks like they cut it open to verify, but then they taped it back shut. It's dirty though. It's got something on it. Might be able to clean that off. But other than that, it's in pretty decent shape, it looks like. Chatter on the cheeks. Jeez. Why? I'm still going to keep it. It's a nice coin. And then I got to roll these up. Not happy about that part. But I've gotten fast. It takes me probably like 30-40 minutes to roll all these back up. Haven't bought anything lower than a ½ ounce online. My fractional silver have been wins, giveaways, or entire collection purchases. I haven't found anybody trying to give away or get rid of a whole collection. I found people trying to offload some stuff. But it always seems like they're trying to offload, and I get it, but like they're always trying to offload like higher ticket items, and sometimes that works, but not always, even myself, and I've been known to make some reckless purchases, but not everybody always has that liquid cash or is ready to spend that liquid cash on whatever. What was it? Somebody offered me, it's like some of the, like, I think CC Morgan combined with like some other stuff, and as you can imagine, it was getting high up there in the price, and I picked some, I got some of it off of them to try to help, but I couldn't pick it all up. And some of the higher dollar stuff like the CC Morgan. I like the Morgans. They're cool, but I think about 100 and something. I don't think I've paid, well, take that back. I got that 2021 San Francisco. Forget what I paid for that. But I try to keep around 100, 125, maybe 150 max on the Morgans. Just because, and I know everybody likes them, but there's so much numismatic value there that if, God forbid, if that ever was not as important, aka barter or the fact that we would be happy we have silver, you're probably not going to get that. Not all of it, if any. And so that would be my I don't want to stack too heavy on some things in their numismatic value, because then what? Like, if that market goes down, or say we actually enter like a situation where we're doing long-term barter system, that's not worth anywhere near what you paid it for anymore, unless silver has just jumped up astronomically. So for that reason, I try to stay. Like, I see people buying like the what is, I guess it's Germania, does like the Fenrir and some of those other special colorized pieces and things, and some of those are cool, and I'll spend a little bit on some of those. I like cool stuff, but like, what was the Fenrir? It's like 2 ounces, and they want like, I think it's like $800 for them. No. No. Yes, it's pretty. Yes, it's cool. No. I'm not doing. I can't. That I can't do. The fractional, like the grams, it's cool because I get a bunch of little pieces that I can kind of give away and piecemeal out. That, like, there's a functionality there. $800 on 2 ounces. I don't care how many are minted. Like, it's just no. Now, if it's a coin, I don't know if Fenrir actually has a face value. I don't think it does. And even if it does, it's not anywhere near the value of that coin. You know what I mean? So, for that reason, I don't have that much money to burn. I'm still concerned with the functionality of the silver that I'm buying and the weight. To some degree, I always have been. I like to have fun with it and buy other stuff, but I'm not going off the reservation completely, and I don't have that kind of money to spend. That's a weird looking 66. Almost got me for a second. So yeah, I try not to get crazy. Even like some of the hand pours and things that I've done. I bought a pour from MK. I want to say it was MK Bars. From Dragons. He wanted it, but it was his own auction. Again, don't ask me. I don't know why he would auction off something that he wants, but I don't know. He was trying to get some money for it, whatever. And so, but he said he wanted it. And so I bid, it was like $300 for an ounce of silver. And this sounds crazy. And I was prepared to take it and keep it, but I had a plan. My whole plan, because he was talking multiple times throughout the auction on how, oh, we finally found a die chip. Little baby one. But we found one. Hershey Kiss in the hat. He was saying how he would bid on it, but it's not fair because it's his auction, which is true. So, but he said he wanted it, or he would want it. He collects these pieces. And so, I want it. Took $300, but I want it. And then I asked him if he wants it. Or does he want the piece? And he said, yeah. So I said I'd email him. And we worked something out where I said, okay, well, how about I give you this piece, but you just pour me some silver, equating to the money, like the price that I paid. And so he agreed. And so he poured me, I think it was 3 or 4. I think I ended up paying him a little extra because, the whole thing went over. But it was like 3 or 4 pieces of hand-poured silver that I got from him. So then, you run that back, and I paid a little over $300 for a bunch of hand-poured pieces. So that's a little different. It's a little better. And that worked out for me. But I was willing to take that one and just run with it. It was one that he messed up on. I think it was like the second to last one or something, and he messed up on the number stamping. And so it was technically like a 2 over a 1 or a 1 over a 2 or something like that. And so I know it's not the same as the mint, but you get the idea, kind of like an error. After the premiums went bananas and pajamas, it's been about generic. Yeah, that's mostly where I'm at. I'm trying to be anyways. It can be hard. I just bought a bunch of really nice stuff from Flips that I paid way too much for, but we'll see how that works out for me. It's like $50 for, I think it's like 28 grams each. So that seems crazy, but they're really cool pieces. And so that, I try not to let that get me too much, but I didn't know about these. The craftsmanship that went into them is really nice, and I feel for that reason they're going to be cool. Plus, there's not a lot of them out there. And especially like the ones that I got, he made the original lot like 5 years ago. I don't know for sure, but I don't think he's making any more. So I think on that front, I'm good. Like the mintage, whatever's out there is out there. And so let's get shipped. The back of it kind of looks like a Real design. So there's a lot of really cool aspects to it. And so on those, it'll be cool. I'm going to give a couple out as gifts and then just kind of chill on them. Maybe list one on eBay. I haven't done the research yet to see if there's even a market for them, but maybe list one on eBay and see what it goes for. Okay. We're done. We made it. I always thought that silver is silver. Nope, not when you go to sell it, it's not. Now I always keep in mind the resellability of the item. Yeah, well, that's like it's like my guy up the road. Now again, we'll see. But he's not going to be in business very long. He's about to retire. Like a year and a half, I think. Maybe I'll buy it, maybe I won't. But right now, which is weird to me. Like, I was like, oh, like, just out of curiosity, hand-poured silver. Because, like, when I really first started dealing with him, I want to know, like, what kind of stuff do you buy? What kind of stuff should I bring in? If I'm ever looking to. And it's weird, man. He'll take jewelry all day long, right? But he, like, hand-poured silver, he won't take it. You don't even want to see it. Don't want to talk to you, because he's going to offer you melt. Coins. He's not big on coins. I call him my LCS, but he's more of a bullion dealer. I think we've talked about this some. But he don't want to mess with that either, because the values are so much higher than, and they change often, that he doesn't want to mess with it. So he's just pretty much bullion and things like that. Now he has some, bullion coins, gold eagles and things, and ASEs from time to time, but he doesn't stock any of that. It's generics unless it comes through the door. He buys Buffalo rounds and things. I think he bought some, like Christmas themed stuff around Christmas, but it's just generics. Anything else that comes in there is something somebody came in and sold, and he just happened to take it. Like, he doesn't go seek out ASEs. He doesn't, he does gold, but it's almost all fractional. He'll get me something. Like, if I wanted a 1 ounce gold, he would get it for me, but he doesn't go out and stock those, because I'm guessing, due to his time here and market research that he's done, he just doesn't have people coming in to buy those big amounts often. Obviously, I think, it's some marketing issues on his side, but, that's what he's doing. And so, for that reason, like I said, with the 10-ounce bar, I walk in and I see it. I wasn't planning on buying it at all. I wasn't even planning on spending that much running in there on Friday, but you just don't see bars in his place often. So I picked it up because I saw it. Well, yeah, when you sell at a coin shop, Jimmy. Now the art bars have a big following now, the right ones. And places like eBay and online marketplaces, you can actually get the values of them back out of them. I mean, obviously, there's eBay's fees and whatnot and all of that stuff, but if you could get lucky, like sometimes, not very often, but sometimes I run down to the big actual coin shop and they'll have stuff in their generic bin that is art bars and things. And I pick some of those up. And sometimes you can offload those for a little bit of a profit if you get lucky. Case in point, I think I found a bunch of Johnson Matthey bars in there, a bunch of different art bars and things. Like they'll you're right, they'll put stuff in there. To them it's just silver. There's nothing special about it. Which is funny in a lot of ways, but I guess who are we? But you know what I don't see at almost any of my local coin shops now? If I go to Indiana, I do see it. And up in Chicago, I see it. But down here, I don't see semi-numismatics. I don't. Like, none of the shops anywhere around me have any semi-numismatic anything. It's government-backed, like Eagles and Maples and stuff like that. And coins, and all of those things. But there's no semi-numismatics. I don't even know what they do with them when someone comes in to sell them because I never see them in the cases. So I don't know if they, have a deal worked out with somebody or list those online. I have no idea. But I don't see them in the cases. They don't play that around here. Or maybe they do end up in the generic bin or something. Or maybe people just never sell them because they're offering them so low for them. I'm sure there are people who drop a few lead sinkers or chunks of aluminum in their silver pours. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? You have to, and then I don't know, but a Sigma only goes so deep. Even like an XRF, I think, would do it. I think that penetrates the entire piece. But even then, I think the XRF is used to like coins and bars and things. I don't know how it would do on silver pours. I would imagine it'd be okay. But it could be problematic. So yeah, silver pours, it's you really have to buy from, reputable people when you're buying pours for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't risk that. All right, well, we got the giveaway set. We found another little die chip. We found the two really nice Arizonas with the cactus die chip. That's actually pretty cool because they're in great shape. What is this? Oh, that's just a really nice Missouri that I'm touching with my dirty, dirty fingers. 2 Canadians and a silver quarter. Don't worry, it probably won't be long before I'm giving this away in another live stream, but not today. So anyway, a little over 3.5 hours. I appreciate everybody. I gotta get my happy ass to bed, so I have to get up with a child in the morning. But I appreciate it. I will exchange, get more coins, and this weekend for sure I'll be able to hit up some live streams. I got to figure out how I can offset Flip. He starts a little late, but he runs late, and I don't want to be up till 2, 3 in the morning sorting coins. So I'll see if maybe I can catch like an early one on Friday night or something, and then Saturday's just kind of screwed. No matter what I do, I'm almost stepping on somebody's toes on Saturday, which is unfortunate, but it's kind of the way of things. Everybody's streaming, so we'll see what I can come up with as far as coins, and if not, I am going to put out another video for sure sometime. I'm hoping by like midweek. So I will see you guys later. Thank you for hanging out. Congratulations to the winners. I will get these out again, probably working to get those all out by Wednesday at the latest. All right, I will take it easy. I hope you